Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I just realized I did not put my bun on top of my head. It's still at the back of my head. Not that that matters too much, but I don't like to look like I'm partially balls. Hi, everybody. So nice to see everyone. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Deneen. I loved your blanket, Deneen. Hi, Maribel. How are you? Yes, let me know, everybody. What are you working on and what's in your cup? I actually got to have breakfast with my baby girl up at the Huddle House. We went to the Huddle House this morning. So I've been up for a little bit this morning. I'm ready for a nap now. Hey, Ginger. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. What's in your cup, everybody? And what is on your hook? Good morning. So you're working on a blanket, Samantha? Any specific like pattern or anything? Hi, Alice. So nice. You are not late. You're always on time, Alice. You are perfect. Um. Oh, yay! It is addictive, isn't it? I tell you what. Actually, I'm still working on the one I was working on last week. Ooh, I got a wild bun going on right now. Let's see how this ends up. Coffee in your cup, and I'm working on a simple washcloth until you get back to your shawls. Okay, so when are you getting back to your shawls? What's up? Why aren't you doing shawls now? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, there we go. There we go, you guys. Now I don't look like I'm bald. I have my bun on the top of my head. And my bun, I really need to donate soon because my bun's getting crazier and crazier looking, I think. Um, Amby says, "Good morning, y'all. Not working on anything because I want to chat. Mountain Dew in a can. Awesome. So you drink straight up Mountain Dew or do you drink diet? You guys, I'm still working on the blanket for my niece, which I need to get that finished. So yeah, this is how far I've gotten. I need to do a few rows every night, and I haven't been doing that. So this is where I'm at. Woo! And this week I was hoping to do some granny square stuff, and I didn't do that either. And oh well. Oh well. Deneen says to Ginger, I slept in the cottage, missed most of your life. Sorry. Oh, you know what, Ginger? I did see. That was funny. I was just checking my notifications for YouTube, and I saw where David had mentioned something about where I live. Like I live on the other side of North Carolina from him, and I popped in for a hot minute and I had to leave because I went to Huddle House with my girl. Mm. Ginger's eating a fudge sickle. Did you bring enough for everybody, Ginger? I mean, really? Yeah. And Alice says, "Love me a star." Yes, I love the stars. Um, Susan K. Hi, Susan K. How are you? So nice to see you. Hello, hello. Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Amby says, I didn't do a Granny Square things this week. I didn't do any Granny Square things this week. Oh, have you just not been not had your crojo, or just didn't want to do any Granny Squares? You'll share yours. Ah, thanks, Ginger. We can share the fudge sickle. I get a little greedy though, so maybe I should just go get my own. Alice says thunder, lightning, and downpour rain all day. Ooh, okay. So I'm not the biggest fan of thunder and lightning. However, when I have a day like that, if I'm not working, that is the best day to rain. And we're actually going to get that this afternoon, but I'm going to be busy. And I hope that it won't affect the live this afternoon, but at least Ginger's hosting. So you guys won't be dependent on me to go live in case I have everything out, all my power out and stuff. Yeah, at about 2 p.m., Ginger, it's starting. Hang on, let me see. I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay, so now it says at about 3 p.m. But it's only at like 40 and 50%. So look at that. It's 72 degrees, you guys. I love where I live. Hi, Vijay. How are you? Hi, Barbara Riggle. Hi. Yeah, Denise says crochet shouldn't cause stress. Don't stress if you don't get things done. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I won't. My niece is due, and I'm sorry, I've got to get it to refocus. My niece is due in September, so I have until next month. And honestly, it's not like the baby's going anywhere. So if I get it to her in October, it's not that big of a deal, right? Right, Ginger? Uh-oh. And Vijay says, right, Deneen, crochet should be relaxing. Samantha says the stitches I'm using is the half double crochet stitch. I love the half double crochet. It is when I do a little beanie in the round, like my simple beanies, it's a half double crochet. It's my favorite stitch to use because it's still a dense stitch, but it's I should show you that. Normally I have one on there, but the cats take it off. The cats take off. I tell you what, it's actually a little one. My little Maine Coon mix kitty. He needs to get fixed. He hasn't been fixed yet. It's on my list of things to get done soon, but he does need to get fixed. So because he isn't fixed yet, he is a little rowdy because he's over 6 months old. So, hi Jamie. Jamie's in the house. She says, "Hello, Melanie. Happy Saturday. What are you working on? Your glass head is naked. I know because of kitties." Because of kitties. Hi, Lisa. So nice to see you. Lady Jane needs some swag. She does. Kathy says, yes, HDC forever. Yes, I agree. It's one of my favorite stitches. And it seems silly because you only have so many stitches in crochet. It's a combination that starts to get complex and everything. So, but yeah, love, 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 love the HDC. Because like I said, it makes a dense fabric without it taking forever. And Lacey's in the house. Good morning, Lacey. Good morning, Carol. She's saying hello to everyone. Barbara says she's not crocheting right now because they're remodeling the whole house. Holy moly, that's an undertaking. Wow. I might crochet something when we get another room done. Only have the office done now. Working on the pantry. It was my old craft room. Oh, okay, okay. So like everything's just in flux in your house, huh? That's wow. Goodness gracious. Oh no, I do need to. So Vijay says, Mel, you need to make him his own toy so he leaves yours alone, right? But he has so many toys. So many, and he's just, and then he picks on all the other cats. All the other cats hate him because he's a little bully, and it's just he needs to get fixed. Honestly, he's trying to dominate all the other cats, and he just needs to get fixed, and he'll settle down, and it'll be okay. uh Maribel says hi, Carol and Lacey. And Denise says, love the HTC also. Yep, yep. Can't go wrong with the HTC. And I had a hat. Hang on. Well, maybe I can go ahead and. No, because I can't find my dang white. You guys, I'm leaning over here because I'm looking in my, I am looking in my container of stuff for Lady Jane. I have a container of stuff, you guys. Hang on. Ah. And it's tight over here, and I know you can't really see that, but it's tight over here because I have like so much stuff crammed in this little corner. Okay, because this is my YouTube and my regular job corner. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this on Lady Jane next. I think it's so cute. I don't know, it'll be hard to see from far away, but so this is what I like to do with the hats now, and I have two others already, but I think the white one is behind the thing because the cat took it off the head. But that's my simple HDC beanie. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Vijay's asking Wriggle, where's your craft room going to be now since the pantry's taking over? And Lacey says, hello, Maribel. I just love your crochet. I've been a subscriber to your channel for a long time. That's so cool. I love that. Ooh, you know what? I need to look up the Suzette stitch because honestly, I haven't looked that up yet. So that is got to go on my to-do list somewhere. I need to remember that. Suzette stitch. Ooh, I see a crate of pink. Where's the, what? Who? When? Are you talking about this behind me? Those are, you remember the Dollar Tree flower, the Premier Flowers yarn from Dollar Tree? That's all that. And I'm going to make some children's stuff with it. Denise says, ordered new shelves from Amazon. They're actually 2 sets of shoe cubbies. They're awesome. They're 12 inches deep, so they don't take up too much room. Oh, that's nice. I love that. So you're going to use them for yarn, I'm assuming, right? Not shoes, yarn, because that's what we do. We don't need no stinking shoes. We need more yarn. And Barbara says her craft room is going to be upstairs, but we can't start up there until the new roof is on. Oh my gosh, so much going on, Barbara. Wow. I will have a glass wall looking over the living room if it works right. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Barbara, I am going to ask you, please share pictures when all is said and done, because I would love, it sounds like your home is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Sounds, just from the glass wall. I mean, that's all I need to hear. And then I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be beautiful. Yarn can make shoes. That's true. They can. You're right. Lacey says, for beanies, I love to do a pattern that uses 2 different stitches that play well with each other. And that's true. I understand that completely. My second favorite way of doing a beanie, which I don't have any around here because I've put them away, but I actually got it from, what was the name? Anyway, you make a cloth and then you sew it together, and they've got ridges on it going all the way around, and then you fold it up. They're always so cozy. It's never too early to ask a question, Amby. Never. Janine says we had a barbecue for my son's graduations. Congratulations. I mean, I said congratulations. I meant graduation, but wow. Okay. So congratulations on the graduation. There we go. And when my sister was there, my mom said she saw her videotaping my yarn room. I think she was in awe. Yeah, I can see where that would happen. People who don't do anything with the yarn arts, I imagine our fascination with yarn can be awe-inspiring. But I used to collect books, and that got people in awe because I used to have like 5 bookshelves, and they were jam-packed with books. And then I started moving a lot, and that stopped. And I got rid of a lot of my books. And Vera, hi Vera, so nice to see you. So nice to see you. Well, while Amby's working on her question, I'm going to ask a question myself. I just need to bring it up over here because I always keep it up on my work computer. Okay, so oh, I like this one. Who was the last person that you felt inspired by? That's my first question. Hey, Christy, it's so lovely to see you here. Amby says, and then Amby asks, if you are a parent, what fictional parent would you say that you are most like? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my gosh. What fictional parent am I most like? Oh, my, I can't even. Probably, and I know she's been controversial, but probably Roseanne. A little bit too honest, a little bit mean sometimes, but always loving and always there for you. Hi, Stella girl. Oh my gosh, she's just sitting here staring at me. Hi, Stella girl. I gotta show you guys a picture. Stella. Don't mind that I need to sweep. But it's cleaning day, right? But yeah, so I look over and this is what I see. She's looking at me like, you got food? You got some food for me? I need some food. Roseanne is misunderstood. Yes, I agree. Fictional parent, the BFG every time. The big friendly giant? Wait, is that the hi Nancy? So nice to see you. Nancy's in the house. Uh, and Ginger says, I'm like Hal from Malcolm in the Middle. Carol says, Mary Poppins. Hi, David. So nice to see you. Hello. Hey, Connie. So Connie is just another Stitch, and she has a live today at what was it, 1 p.m. Central. So it's 1 hour after my live usually ends, which I may end a little bit early today, you guys, because I have a lot to get done. Which I'll talk about that in a minute. But you guys, so Just Another Stitch is also going to have a live, and it is about it starts about 1 hour after mine usually ends. So 1 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, my cute little kitty. She left. She got tired of waiting on me to get her some food. Carol said the last person I was inspired by was Robin from Hooked with Robin. That's cool. She's got some amazing designs, right? And David says, I'm in and out. I'm working on brunch while I'm trying to pay attention. I am just glad you're here to say hello, David, and just pop in and out as you need. Always love seeing you here. Thanks. Connie says, oh, your kitty is cute, Melanie. Thank you. I appreciate that. She is. She is the sweetest thing. That's my little foster kitty. So if my niece gets a place and wants to have her back, she gets her back. It's going to be tough because she is a sweetheart. I mean, a sweetheart, just a love bug. Carol says, working on her star blanket. And Frenchie goes, David. Alice says, yeah, at the end of the book, the BFG adopts Safi. Oh, how cute. I didn't know that. I need to, well, I know there's the movie. I didn't realize there was a book, but I need to like get on that, right? And and Connie says, my live is at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be doing a day of games and there will be small prizes. That's awesome. Speaking of prizes, you guys. So if you don't know, if you haven't entered yet, I do have a video on my channel right now that has a giveaway. So I just wanted to let you know that's still out there if you haven't entered yet. And it is the giveaway is a set of affordable ergonomic hooks from Amazon. And it's a review of those same hooks, so you know exactly what you're getting. And oh, you're awesome, Deneen. So Deneen says, Mel inspired me last with her 12-point star blanket. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Alice says, I'm not like him, but he was always my favorite character. So that's who you strive to be like, right? You strive to be kind of like your favorites, right? Lacey says, so many people inspire me in different ways. Kim from Affordably Crafty, Ginger from Yarn Geek is very inspiring professionally, and Reggie inspired me creatively. These are my most recent. That's awesome, Lacey. I love that. I love it. And Ginger, I tell you what always inspires me to try and get more done. I don't, but she tries. All right, you guys. So this little container I have was knocked on the floor and all over the place, and so it looks like the dogs decided that they needed to sample some of these buttons. Don't worry about it. I'm not sending these buttons. These are now my buttons. All right, so this giveaway is, and that was the only one that got damaged. Those of you that haven't been with me before, or even if you have, you're going to hear it all again. I do a giveaway at the end of my live. So the only catch is you do have to have been active in the chat within the last 5 minutes, and 5 minutes of me doing the drawing, and then you're entered. Now I will tell you that my group. Hi Laura, so nice to see you. Right, naughty doggies. So I will tell you that the members of my channel do get a little bit higher chance. They get like 2 times higher chance to win over those that are not members of my channel. So with all that said, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people who are not members of my channel win. So please don't feel like that's going to keep you from winning. I just wanted to let you know. All right, so this is what you can choose from if you do win. So there is this, the coasters. And you know what, David? I completely forgot. I need to send you the button that Ambi donated to you. Did you know that, David? That Ambi took her win and decided that you needed to get that big button? All right, so there's little kitty heads. And then I call these fireflies for little buggies. Hey, Nancy, so nice to see you. Bewitched, the fictional mom from Bewitched. Okay, so this is going to David, courtesy of Ambi. All right, and then there is the 3 wooden buttons, and these are super cute bright flower buttons. And the oh wait, nope, this is the forest babies. And okay, I have another thing of kitty heads. I have 2 kitty heads, but this is the non-chewed up kitties. The whole thing. This is what the dogs chewed up. So I get to have my own kitty buttons. And then these red, white, well, red, I guess silver and blue stars. And a fun tassel. And finally, magical unicorns. Ginger kitties. Lisa says the doggies wanted the kitty buttons. They did want the kitty buttons. They were wanting me to make them a sweater with some kitty buttons. I might have to do that. Just, just because. Oh, I do want to note there was somebody who does not like to be known, but an anonymous person sent me a very sweet card. And just in case they're watching today, I just wanted to give them a thank you. It was very, very sweet and very, very appreciated. And there was a little something in there which is going to actually probably take care of my daughter's haircut today, which is one of the things I have to get done. So you guys, thank you all so much. Anybody who's helped me out the past couple weeks, I want to say thank you, whether by watching my videos or contributing to the GoFundMe. I really want to say thank you. It's been very, very helpful. I appreciate it more than you know. I absolutely appreciate it so much. And before I start crying because you guys are all sweet and make me cry, if y'all weren't a part of my live last week, you should go watch it because, red face, red nose, or like red eyes, red nose. It was not my prettiest day, but probably my realest. I know, Lisa, so many cute buttons to choose from. Yes, I'm gonna have to restock here in a little bit, but not right now. Not right now. Lacey says I'm having a hard time figuring out what parent I'm like. I am a really weird mom. I sing inappropriate songs really loud, dance very weirdly, I hug and love on my babies all the time. Besties. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think too. Who does that sound like, you guys? Any suggestions? Oh, Yarn Geek says, I'm beautiful when I cry. Thank you so much. I appreciate that lie. You're awesome. Okay, so on my channel, if you guys haven't yet, make sure you go and enter that giveaway that I have for the hook set. David, I'm setting this aside for you. I really am going to send this to you. And you just need to give a little thank you to Ambi for that. And and tonight we're live at Ginger's. Oh yes, Ambi, Lacey, that's right. Lorelai Gilmore, the Gilmore Girls. Have you ever seen that? Yes, that's perfect. Oh, Ambi, that's so sweet. Sorry, I forgot to let you know my mom and my sister said they were so sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys all feel like family to me. I swear you guys are amazing. Um, And the yarn, hi, the yarn fairy. How are you? It says, haha, Lacey Horton. Sounds like you and I could hang out. I do the same thing. Also, dance around the kitchen. Yes. Who doesn't dance around the kitchen? Oh, and you know what? When I have my daughter used to try and get me to stop doing my own personal concert in the car, and like really loud, especially now that our air conditioner's broken. So I do it with the windows open. But you know what? Life's short. If I love a song, I'm going to sing it, whether I'm on key or off. David says to Ambi, thank you for the button. Bra on or bra off, eyebrows on or eyebrows off. She's such a beautiful, squishy, huggable friend. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Well, I am squishy. Oh my gosh, you know what? Speaking of squishy, my nieces and nephews, it was funny. My sister used to call my chest, and I'm sorry guys if this is offensive, I hope not. She used to say that I had the magical boobies because the babies I would hold them and they would just pass out on me. But I put them right here, their little heads right here. Actually they were little, so it's part of their bodies, and they just zonk. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Yes, Lacey, I have to say yes. I am Lorelai. No idea how to spell Gilmore, LOL. I think that is a perfect description for what you described. I think that those two descriptions go together. Yes, Lorelai. Um, and Amby says, no problem, David. And Lacey says, I'm down. Let me know if you were ever in North Florida. Oh, Florida. Where in North Florida? I used to live there. I used to live in Jacksonville. I lived in a lot of places in Florida because I grew up in Florida. So I grew my whole childhood. I lived in a little itty bitty town called Crystal River, and then from there I moved to Jacksonville. Yep, to Jacksonville from there, and then from Jacksonville I moved out of Florida. But then I came back and lived in Orlando for a little while. Lisa says our rule in the vehicles is if you know the song, you must sing along. Amen to that, right? I love it. Oh yes, baby pillows, exactly. Yes, exactly, Lisa. Yes, Lacey says, okay, the magical boobies things is real, right? Barbara says, I did describe the office earlier. I'm inspired by my boyfriend as he's doing most of the work by himself. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Mom would be Peggy Bundy. Just kidding. Probably Roseanne. Yeah. Okay, so I feel you, Barbara. I'm not always appropriate and I'm a little harsh, but I'm always I think my child, I ask her all the time, I love the hell out of you, right? um Ooh, Lacey lives in Jacksonville. So cool. That's awesome. You know what my favorite thing is when I lived in Jacksonville, one of my favorite pastimes, and I know this is crazy because there's lots to do in Jacksonville, at least there used to be, is I love to ride down, I think it was the A1A, and into Ponte Vedra, like through Ponte Vedra into St. Augustine. Holy smokes, right, Ginger? Holy smokes, those houses that, so you would drive by these multi-million dollar homes that were right on the beach. Beautiful drive. If I was frustrated or stressed, I wasn't crocheting at the time. If I was frustrated or stressed or just anything, that I would make that drive. I loved doing that drive. David says, if we're talking about TV characters, my ex's mother is a dead ringer for George Costanza's mother in Seinfeld. Yeah, Lacey says, oh wow, was it nonstop fun living in Orlando, or did you get really old with all the music parks and fun things to do? Okay, so the one thing about Orlando is Disney's annual pass is expensive, and I didn't do that. But what Orlando did is you could pay monthly for their seasonal pass, and that's what I did. I think for three of us, because me, my husband, and my daughter, we I think I paid around $50, $60 a month. But we would go every weekend and we would ride the roller coasters or do the rides. And it was all three parks, Universal Parks. So it was like Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and then there was one other one I can't remember. And then you had the whole area in the middle. Um, we loved doing Universal. Disney gets old after a little while because they don't have like the roller coasters nearly as much. But Universal was a ton of fun. We really enjoyed it. Now I do say we had some friends that got us in free. I think we paid what for one ticket. Got us in for a good price to Disney for my daughter's 5th birthday, and that was amazing, amazing. I loved it, and her joy at that was just amazing. Ginger says I'm also like Kitty on that 70s show. I love Kitty. Hi, Judy. So nice to see you. Hello, hello. Working, lurking today. Oh, well, that's awesome. Thanks for lurking with me, Judy. I appreciate it. I was in South Florida for a while, and in May and November they had residential discounts. Don't know if they still do that. I don't remember them doing that, to be honest with you. But I think um, there was something about being a resident. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember. And my nose is running a little bit, you guys. Sorry. I've got Craig. Just my nose is. It's the morning nose run. The morning nose run. All right. So never been to Disney. I want to go so bad. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's just not. It's not as fun on repeat like Universal is. So they're both amazing and amazingly fun. I'm sorry, that was me stopping. Stella. Um, Lacey says, I love Universal. I went for the first time a few months back. We did Universal, SeaWorld, Aquatica, and WonderWorks on a 4-day vacay. Wow. That is, wow, I bet. Woo, that is amazing and tiring all at the same time. David said, we went twice when I was a kid, including the year Epcot was open. Yeah, I remember that. Wait a minute. No. Epcot was open before, but there was something about the dome, the big dome. I don't know. Because I mean, I was there in the mid '80s. I think I went as a kid in the mid to Epcot with my mom in the mid '80s. But I don't. I thought Epcot was new, but you as a kid you tell yourself things and they're not necessarily true. Yeah. Lacey says, I love Universal. Oh, wait, I saw that. We do Universal. Yeah, I read that. I've been to Universal Orlando. Me and two friends went. I bet you that was so much fun, Ambi. I bet you that was so much fun. Um, Epcot was open in 1973. Okay, so that was the year before I was born. I wasn't born yet. I was almost born. I may have been a little peanut in my mama's belly, but we weren't in Florida. We weren't in Florida. We were in Georgia. The morning nose run. Oh, yes, Alice, right. She says, I know it well. I just wish that if my nose was getting up to run away, it would come back with coffee for me. The least I deserve. Right, right. Barbara says, we are leaving the butterflies I made on one of the walls. Ooh, in the new pantry. It will be above the freezers. They are framed with a 12-panel door frame hung sideways. Cool. That'll make your pantry very happy. I love it. Lisa says, never went to any of the Florida parks. I did when I lived in Orlando. I partook of all of them. Deneen says, my boys' birthdays are 6 days apart. We took them when they got to celebrate their 5th and 7th birthdays there. They're 18 and 20 now. 5 and 7. That was probably an amazing trip because of just that's an amazing age. David says, I'm so old. Oh, no, you're not. And Lisa says, my family tried to go in 1975 for Christmas, but the highways were all too full. Really? Wow. Well, I guess because it was still kind of new. Stella's making her way over here. There's nothing I can do about it. She's coming. She's coming. Here she comes. My Stella girl. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi. You sweet girl. Here's Stella. She just needs to be on camera. She's like, well, I have a light right here that's a fill light. It's not doing any good with Stella. It's throwing shadows on me. But yeah, Stella's looking at her like, why is that on? Okay, so the next question is, what simple thing still blows your mind? And this is going to be, I guess, a little, I guess it's simple, right? So I still get my mind blown by the fact that, yes, Stella, that reading a book, if you get into a really good book, you read a book and you can get so completely transported into a whole new world. And it's just from words on a page. Just, I love that. I love, love, love that. Is my phone in your way, baby? She's trying to lay down. Hi, sweetie. Amby says, no kids for me, at least not yet. My mom would be a mix of Lorelai Gilmore and the mom from the show Still Standing. I have to ask Ro what mom she thinks I am, if she even knows. Hi, Kelly. So nice to see you here. Hello.
Slightly strict gamer mom.
No. Like a TV mom that I'm like. She just said I'm a slightly strict gamer mom. I think that's a pretty good.
You know the mom from Liv and Maddie?
From Liv and Maddie?
Yeah.
Am I like her?
I don't know. You just remind me of her, and I don't know how.
Huh. Okay. I don't know that mom, but I'm gonna have to like go and check it out now. So she says I remind her of the mom from Liv and Maddie. Thanks, Christy. Yes,
Definitely
Stella.
not the Goldbergs mom.
No, I am not the Goldbergs mom. No. The Goldbergs mom is a smother. I am not a smother. Stella really wants to come and visit you. You see, she's been making her way over to you.
She takes everything.
Well, yeah, that's what she does. But she's a good snuggler. Gina, amen to that. Gina says the sun coming up every day. Amby says, I know, right. I think Amby's talking about my description of books. Listening in the car while running errands. Well, thanks for listening, Lori. I appreciate it so much. And oh, I like that one. Cute show. Okay, so you're talking about Liv and Maddie. I need to look that up. I'm assuming it's like a Disney show, right? Yeah, Disney. Okay, so I can probably look it up on Disney Plus. Lacey says, I still get my mind blown by the beauty in crochet projects. So true. I look at my work and think, wow, this was made from with a string. Or at one point, the yarn was on a sheep. At one point, grazing in a field. Right? Right? Well, maybe not the acrylic yarns, but the wool ones, absolutely. Uh, so Ginger says I'm the mom in The Shining. Oh my gosh. So you're running from your crazed husband. Is that what you're saying? Ginger, do you need help? Do you need help? Just type in blue and I know that you need help. I know that's better. I know that's better. Oh, that's true. So Ginger says she's so amazed by you're mind blown by smartphones. So true. And now they fold. They fold, Ginger. Isn't that amazing? Liv and Maddie is a good show. Okay. Right. And then just sent you oh, thanks, Barbara. Okay, I get to see that. Yay. I love it, love it, love it. Amby says Liv and Maddie is a Disney Channel show. So I should be able to watch it on I need to see this mom now, right? But Liv and Maddie is a Disney Channel show. So I can see it on Disney Plus probably, right? You know what? I'm gonna look because you know me. Uh, you know me. So you guys, I was mentioning before that I am going. Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm not going to talk too much about my husband this week, but for those of you who've been through it or anything like that, there was one thing that happened this week that was a little surreal for me. I mentioned it to Ginger and Julie. And by the way, I'm doing much better this week. I think actually my life from last week was a little cathartic for me. But anyway, so I went through and I removed all of his profiles from streaming channels, and that was really surreal. A little weird. It felt weird because I felt guilty because I'm like, but what if he's not gonna? What if he? You think about, but if I delete this, then he won't be able to watch his shows that he likes, but he's not going to. So, and the reason why I went ahead and did it is because every time I would log in, I would see his profile, so I didn't want that memory, that my brain going to he's not there to watch it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Anybody who watches or anything like that that's kind of going through something similar, just I feel yeah, it's a little weird. So anyway, uh, oh Lisa, that's so good. The Wonder of Babies is still amazing, right? Chrissy says photography, never understood how the scenery in person gets on a photo. Yes. Yes. And the darkroom stuff and it like magically comes to life. So amazing. So amazing. Science, right? Kelly says, I will sit and look at a big, beautiful tree and think, wow, God created that. David says, I'm Shelley Duvall. I have no clue. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. And Lisa also says babies. Kathy Ann says, I'll say I'm like Mary Poppins since my grown children aren't in this chat. Nice. I love it. Amby says she's a spunky mom. Oh, okay. So, yeah, my daughter actually, she's funny because she has some friends that she games with and stuff, and she mentions to them that I game, and they always get uh, shocked, that I actually game. I used to do it a lot more than I have lately. I need to get better computers because I guess it's a problem with HP, and I think it was Lori that mentioned this. The HPs have problems with this, with connection, staying connected. So I have a laptop, and I've tried to play my online games, and I keep getting dropped. The signal keeps getting dropped, but I have no problem doing it live on my Mac. So I just need to get something other than an HP, I guess. Ellen says, the small things that blow me away. My surprise lilies when they bloom. Oh, I love that. Lori says, I'm managing my triggers. I get it. Yes. And by the way, Lori, I have been reading your book, not religiously. I think I missed a couple of days, but the book that you sent me, I appreciate it so much. It's really, really good. I love it. Right, right. Surprise lilies just pop up when there was nothing the day before. The mom on Liv and Maddie. So you're talking about Ambi that she's spunky. I like spunky. Spunky is a good description. Maribel says I saw my mom's cell number as one of my favorites. Something I send a message. Sometimes I send a message, although the number belongs to someone else now. Aw, so does the other person on the other end of that number ever like respond? And I still am paying, and I probably will for probably a month. But I'm still paying for my husband's line, and then I'll cancel it here in about a month. Maybe the end of September. Keep it for a couple months just in case. Um, and actually, that is messages that he was getting on his phone is the reason why I posted the announcement on his profile. Uh, I wasn't going to for probably a couple more days, but because he started getting messages on his phone, I wasn't going to reply to everybody and say, hey, he's not going to respond. Anyway, back to upbeat stuff, right? I finally had to take my husband's voice off the answer. Oh, that's hard, Vijay. I liked hearing him, but it freaked everyone else out. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's tough. Um, Laura says the sea life in the ocean always makes me freak out. There's a whole nother world going on down there. Yes. And the deeper, like there's stuff that we don't even know about in the sea. Um, yeah, maybe Atlantis is down at the bottom of the whatever that deep trench, and we have no clue because we can't get down there. My mom used to game back when I was a kid in the 90s. That's awesome, right? What's wrong with mom's gaming? Why is it so weird? We grew up. I mean, I was the first generation, I think, to grow up on games. Well, I mean, yeah, because the Nintendo came out and Sega and all that came out when we were in the 90s, late 80s, 90s. So, yes, they say, "Who's this?" Oh, I love that. And so every once in a while, you just like to surprise them. David says, my mom and dad were favorite aunt and uncle to many cousins. Last year, my cousin showed me a cookbook that my mother had given her many, many years ago, and seeing her inscription had me in pieces. Oh, gosh. I bet. I bet. Because you could probably hear her in your head. And then also her handwriting. That's something, right? There's a couple things that my daughter kept of my husband's. Um, we got rid of almost all of his clothes because he was smaller than me. My husband, he weighed like what 170, under 170 when he passed. Um, he kept slim and trim, but he liked his cushy wife. But anyway, so my daughter, she is probably she's like right around 125, 130. So she's a little bit smaller than him, but she kept his. She likes to wear things a little bit looser. Part of that has to do with her twisted back, and just it feels better for her, and she doesn't like to show off her scar. That's where her and I differ. I'd be showing off my scar. I'd be like, and I'm also older, and you care a lot less about things as you get older. But anyway, she kept his. He has a Star Wars T-shirt. She kept that, and then she kept his hat that he wore all the time, his worn down ball cap. She kept that. Um, I've been told I'm like Lois on Family Guy. Oh my gosh, I love that. Amy says we played Duck Hunt. Yes, Super Mario and Mortal Kombat. Nice. Welcome back, Samantha. It says, Deneen, my boys are the same way. Girls too, completely different. And I missed something that Deneen said. Oh, yes. Deneen says, I'm so surprised that my boys are so different. I raised them both, and literally they have nothing in common except my husband and I. Oh, that's so cool. Well, you know what's funny is my sister and I, we have the same laugh, but personality-wise, we're very, very different. So I meant to look Liv and Maddie. See if I can get it on. Look, I can. I'm not going to watch it right now, but I'm going to add it to my watch list because now I need to watch Liv and Maddie. Okay. I do know that you live in your mom's house. So I live in my mom's house. I still run across my mom's handwriting every now and then. Oh, that's it. Okay. So did you guys completely clear her house, or are you still kind of getting stuff out? You know what I mean? And that's hard because I know you live in her house. That has to be hard. And I say that because I still live where we lived with my husband, but you can see them in places, right? My mom had a keychain made for me if my papa of oh, I love that. Of my papa's handwriting engraved into a wooden heart that said "Love, Papa," and it is the my most prized possession. I miss him with all of me, but it is so good to have. That's amazing, Lacey. That's beautiful, and I wish we had something like that for my husband for Ro, but we don't have any of his cards or anything like that, huh? Effie, hi, Effie. So nice to see you. Always a pleasure. David says, I used to work with a guy that was exactly like the guy from Family Guy. Exactly. Amy says, I also think my mom is like Reba from the show Reba. I love Reba. I love her. David says, I was very sick myself when she died, and then I moved away for about 9 months. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I know that was a struggle in that time. That little time in your life, there was a struggle there. Lori says, simple things I noticed today. Walking under the shade of a mature tree with lots of leaves reduces both temperature and humidity. Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, Lori, so where I live in town, it was like my house got dropped into a patch of trees. Like you can't even, if you looked at the satellite, you can't even see my house for all the trees. And if it rains and it's a light rain, most likely I don't even need to use an umbrella when I go outside because I'm not going to get rained on because of all the trees. If it's a heavy rain, I will get rained on, and then I'll continue to get rained on for a little bit, even after the rain has stopped because of all the dripping. But anyway, I have noticed that there is almost like a 5 degree difference between when I leave my house and then go out into town where there's no trees. It's crazy. Everybody saying hi. Hi, Suzanne. So nice to see you. Love having you here. Lisa says, I used some of Papa's flannel shirts to make into a blanket for my youngest daughter. That's awesome because she was so broken when he passed. So I take it they were very close. That's all. I love that. I love that. Joanne says, my husband passed. It will be a year in September. Wow. I kept his shoes and his cologne. You're going to laugh. Old Spice. Hey, you know what? If he loved his Old Spice and that's the scent of him that you remember, I don't blame you one bit. I would be putting it on his pillow. You know what I'm saying? My husband really didn't wear any scents like that. So um, I don't have the scent memories. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but anyway, okay, so I'm going to ask another question. Ooh, that's a good one, but I'm not there yet. Oh, this is a weird question, but maybe somebody want. I picture Ambi having a good answer to this. So it says, "What sparked your curiosity in whatever you're most curious about now?" What sparked your curiosity in whatever you are most curious about now? Maureen, thank you. And hi, Maureen. I don't think I said hi to you, but thank you so much for saying thumbs up, please. And Laura says, when my sister passed 2 years ago, which I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. My sister's been a rock for me. I had teddy bears and pillows made from her clothes for my nieces, my mom, and myself. Oh, love, 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 love that. I actually had, so my husband was cremated, and I had, we're eventually going to disperse his ashes somewhere. We're kind of waiting until it's not quite so raw, and then we're going to disperse his ashes. But they have this jewelry now that you can put ashes in, and I actually got one for his mom because I had asked her if she wanted any of his ashes, and she said no. But what I did is I bought a necklace for her. It's a heart within a heart, and it has a little bit of his ashes in that. And I haven't gotten it yet, but it is going to be a gift for her. Um, I need to order a couple of the ones that Ro and I want. We're gonna get dragonfly ones, um, and then I'll have them put the ashes in there because I don't want to deal with that. But and then I'll get them all together at the same time. That's Gremlin right there. Gremlin, my oldest. Well, Stella's the oldest, but Gremlin is my first kitty. Um, I don't know what anyway, I have that gift for his mom. I didn't get one for his sister, but I don't know. I don't know. It just the heart within a heart spoke to me for his mom. Um, So the question again, Amby, is what sparked your curiosity in whatever you're most curious about right now? And that was for Amby. Amby asked me to repeat the question. Vijay says to Joanne, I had to go look. I still have my husband's aftershave from 2005. Oh my gosh. It's this scent memories are amazing, aren't they? I mean, they just, yeah, they boom, bring things right back. Being born, I want to learn and know everything about being born. Oh, you were just born. I get it. Okay. Everything strikes, it hits your curiosity. I get it now, Ginger. It took me a minute. Christy, it's so nice to see you too. Thank you so much for joining me today. Mwah, thank you. Amby says, never mind. I think she was talking about the question. Laura says, that is so thoughtful, Mel. I'm sure she will cherish it. Thank you. You can also have thumbprints made. The funeral homes have the prints. Oh, I see. I thought because my daughter was looking at the thumbprint necklaces and she was interested in that. And I'm like, well, it might be too late to do that, but maybe it's not. I have to ask them. Uh, Ellen says, wonderful gift, Mel. My sister-in-law has one with her son's ashes. It's very special to her. That's what I was thinking because I offered her just the ashes and she was like, well, she thought about it, but she's like, well, what would I do with them? And I'm not somebody to hang on to. I'm not going to have an urn in a prominent place in my home. You know what? For some reason, my computer's not charging. Oh, because it's not plugged in. You guys, I need to plug in the computer before I go away. The kitty's antics. I tell you what. All right, and then there's another plug-in. Come on now. Damn it. Ah. There we go. I'm plugged in. No danger of the computer dying on me. Yes, David, that is what I said. My computer is not twerking. It wasn't charging. I didn't know that they keep them on file forever. That's so cool. And they did have a good idea. And I'm talking to Laura because she said they keep them on file forever. Um, oh, and I can also have the ashes made into a diamond. What? I need to look that up. What? Amby says, I've always been curious about conspiracy theories. Don't really know what sparked my curiosity about it. My middle name is questioned. I love that, Vijay. That's so funny. I love that. Um, about conspiracy theories. You know what? Those are intriguing, actually. Where did they come from? Why do they get, and some of them, what's the level of validity in what the theory? Is there any validity in it? David says, my passions are dogs. I was born with that passion, crochet. For that, I owe a debt of gratitude to my ex for getting me back into it. Music, especially vocal music, I think it was the joy of singing. I love singing. I mean, I do it well. I'm okay, but I love singing. Ellen says, okay, hang on. Oh, okay, David. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Mwah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Thing I get most curious about: how a ball of yarn and a hook can create clothing. Amen to that, right? Right? And it's like amazing clothing, right? And Gina says, curious about UFOs. Hang on. I just have to check something. Oh, it's a dog. Okay. I had motion in my driveway. I just had to check, and it's a dog. It's one of the neighbor's dogs. They get loose sometimes, or it's fine. Mine get loose sometimes too. I'm in a little, like I said, I'm in the middle of the woods. It's not a big deal. And all the dogs around here are like crazy sweet, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, Nancy says, I have to run a couple errands. I'll leave you running. Thank you so much, Nancy. It's 12 o'clock, you guys. Thank you so much, Nancy. I appreciate it. And you have an amazing day. You too, David. Ellen says, David, have a great weekend. And they're saying bye to David and Nancy. And Carol says, had to go answer the door. What's going on? What are we talking about? Okay, so the last question that I asked was, what sparked your curiosity in whatever you're most curious about right now? I still haven't answered that question, right? I don't even know what I'm most curious about right now. Honestly, I don't have anything I'm super curious about right now. I mean, I like my I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm always learning. I should always be learning. So, you know what? Okay, so maybe no, that's just things I love. It's hard for me to figure out because I mean, I always want to learn something a little new on crochet. So, what sparked my curiosity in it? I needed something to do when I was at work, working the swing shift in the call center. Um, one of my favorite books that I absolutely love is coming out with a new show, and I've just been amazed at the stuff coming out. You know, the things that are trickling out about that. And a friend of mine actually got me into that book when I lived in Jacksonville, and I got into the series. Um, I mean, just I'm always learning about something. YouTube, how to do things better, how to create things better. Um, YouTube would spark that curiosity, and getting into that. Just watching other people do it and watching how tos and stuff. I guess I'm always up for a challenge in that regards. Okay, another simple thing in mind would be music. That's what Ambi says. Love music. Super curious about not super curious about anything at the moment. Okay, thank you, Lisa, because I was feeling like, am I just dead to the world? I don't understand. I'm just not. I mean, I'm always fascinated and I always try to learn something new, but I just don't feel like I have like this curiosity about anything. I wonder how so many dishes get dirty and nobody did it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lisa, that is so true. or you look down at the floor and you're like, all this stuff on the floor, and you're like, what the heck happened? How did this happen? Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that one. Ooh, Ambi's got another question. Go ahead, Ambi. Lori says, currently have a renewed curiosity about the migration and assimilation of the Scottish Highlanders, sparked by Outlander recently. But my father's family came to Canada when then Wisconsin that way. That's awesome. And actually I was talking to my sister about it because they came and had lunch with me last Sunday, I think it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. So they had lunch with me last week. No, it was after my live. That's right. They came and had lunch with me last weekend, and so we walked around town because the wait time is long because nobody can find enough cooks. There's not enough help. Anyway, we walked around town, and I was talking. We have Scottish museums here, and I was telling them how that this area was settled by Scottish people. This whole area. There's a huge like they have the tartan events and stuff like that. It's really huge around this area. It's pretty awesome. I love it. Carol says, I've always been curious about how the human brain works, specifically the chemical balance that affects mental disorders. That is something, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I have bipolar disorder, and that started my curiosity. Carol, my husband actually had that. My husband, he was bipolar too, which means he didn't really get the manic phases. He just had the depressive episodes. But I can understand why you'd be very, very curious about that. Ambi says, so this is Ambi's question. When you are in a bad mood, do you want someone to make you feel better or do you prefer to be left alone? I think for me personally, it depends on what kind of bad mood it is and how bad it is. So, for example, in some cases, I need to work through it. So, now, if it's the person that has created the bad mood or that I'm angry at, they need to leave me alone because I need to process my thoughts so that I don't react and instead I act appropriately. So they need to leave me alone. But if it's just a bad mood and I need somebody to make me laugh, I would love it. Just to generalize, woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning. I need somebody to like kick me in the butt and make me laugh, and I love having that happen. So it really all depends. Kelly says, Ambi, everybody knows to leave me alone when I'm in a bad mood. Ambi says, I like to be left alone too. Kelly says, I guess I'm curious about people who have no empathy for others. I don't understand it. I don't either. It blows my mind. I don't understand it either. Or people who are so self-absorbed that they don't understand that there are other people in the world with feelings that are separate from their own. It's astounding. It really is. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna give it like another 25 minutes or so. I'm only gonna run to about 12:30. I know that's about 30 minutes less than normal, but I have got to get my daughter's haircut today. If I can, I want to try and get grocery shopping done. So I need to get my daughter in driving school so that she can run errands. She's already pretty amazing, but yeah, I need to get her in driving school. And she wouldn't mind anyway. All right. So the next question I have is, oh, I would love to know this. And then maybe we can ask each other these questions that you guys give. Okay, so what question can you ask to find out the most about a person? For you, do you have one? Do you have a question that you ask somebody that helps you find out the most about another person? Kathy says, leave me alone when I'm mad. Just leave me alone. Carol says, I have bipolar 1. Oops, sorry. I have bipolar 1 with rapid mood swings. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I take great medication and have a wonderful psychiatrist. That is awesome. And honestly, that's important. And also, having a psychiatrist that listens is crazy important. Because that's hard to find. I usually just, Ambi says, I usually just like to be left alone if I am just in a bad mood. Yeah, if you're just in a straight up bad mood, I can get that. I like to be cheered up. I don't like to sit in a bad mood. And even with in grief, and it's because I was thinking about that. This made me think, me saying I don't like to sit in something. When I went back to work, I went back to work about a week and a half after my husband had died, and my boss was telling me that he felt like it was too soon, and I said I can't not work. I can't wallow. I can't sit in something and not move past it. Because if you sit in something and you're not doing anything, it's like you end up wallowing, and you it's a cycle that you put yourself in, where you can't pull yourself out of the fog. So when you start making yourself do everyday things and getting out and stuff like that, you can start to pull yourself out of that. For me, anyway, that works for me. That doesn't work for everybody. That works for me. But I also I don't have any sort of chemical imbalance, so at least not that I'm aware of. You know, but that's how it works for me. Barbara Riggle says, I guess my curiosity is how so much stuff can accumulate in one of my, especially. Oh my gosh, I bet this is your curiosity considering that you're doing remodeling right now. She says, I'm sorry, to finish what she said, how so much stuff can accumulate in one room. I'm wondering where we're going to put all the stuff. And amazingly, you'll find spots. Amazingly. Or you'll purge. Oh wow. So Kelly says my son got fired from a job for having no empathy. Was it a customer service based job? I mean, I guess I can understand that. I guess. But there's one thing about some people who don't have empathy, especially your son. I'm not sure how old he is. If he hasn't been put in a situation, sometimes it's hard for a person to put themselves into a situation that they've never been in. So they don't have that empathy. So that can be tough. I do understand that. Vijay says, I'm quiet. I used to work with a group of people who would pick at me until I blew. Then they were happy. Oh my gosh. Who wants to do that? That's horrible. Like they kept picking at you until you finally was like, "Arr." Ah, I hate that. I hate that because they wanted to see you blow. It was like poking the puppy or something. No, not good. Not good. Lori says, if people are putting me in a bad mood, I want to be alone. If a situation is putting me in a bad mood, I need to spend time with people in loving or in a fun situation. That could not have been better said, Lori. I think that is where I am, the way that I react to things. If the situation's bad, cheer me up. If people are bad, stay away from me. Um, Yeah, and Barbara says, I agree with you on the bad mood. If I have hurt feelings, I want to talk it out with my mom or my sister. I can understand that, but I need the hurt feelings. I need to talk it out with somebody else before I confront the person that hurt my feelings, because I need to make sure that it isn't something that's in my head. Because you know how sometimes we can make things bigger than they are, so I have to make sure it's not me and it's something that they need to fix versus what I need to fix. And you can never fix anybody, but you can ask them or tell them, hey, this hurt my feelings, and what they choose to do about it is up to them. Lisa says, Mel, where do you live? I live in Franklin, North Carolina. So I am in a valley, in the Smoky Mountains in North Carolina. I am about, and it's funny because I live in an area that is very close to several other states. So I'm about an hour and a half away from South Carolina. I am about an hour. Well, as a crow flies, I'm about an hour away from Tennessee, but the driving is more like 2 hours. And then I'm about 30 minutes away from Georgia, and then I'm probably about 2.5 hours away from Virginia. So I'm in this little pocket where I'm real close to other states. Yeah, Kelly, I agree. Hate bullies, right? It's like poking us. What is my sign? So my sign, I think it's like my astrological sign. Oh, and you've been into that lately, haven't you, Ginger? My astrological sign is. Oh, here's a funny story. Okay, you guys. So, I am a Sagittarius, but with the year I was born, so on the Chinese zodiac, I am also a tiger. And it's so funny because if you read Sagittarius and Tiger, they are so similar. I'm like doubly that personality. I don't like to be tied down. I'm extremely independent, like crazy independent. Um, and so to the point that I hate asking for help. I hate feeling like I need somebody. Um, I've had to get over that in the past few weeks. I've had to get over that, but yeah, that's something that is the case for me. Deneen says, I am the sister that does everything for my sisters. And 2 years ago, my son came out to me with the pandemic. It wasn't something you can just share with your family. I did share with my mom. Wow, wow. So that was okay. And I don't even know if that were to happen in my life. I don't even know if I could share with my mom. Just my mom's a little close minded. We'll see if it ever happens. We'll see. It doesn't matter to me. And I think my kiddo knows that. It doesn't matter to me. If you ain't gonna have babies the natural way, you're gonna have to adopt them. That's all I want. I want babies. I want you to have babies. But I have my nieces and my nephew that I can enjoy their babies. Ellen says, I have to ask, I like to ask where someone grew up. Oh, that's I okay to see what you know about them. Oh my gosh, that's to the question. Oh, okay, I get it now. So Ginger said that her question to get to know somebody is, what's your sign? Got it. Okay. Oh my gosh, like totally forgot I asked that question. And Ellen says, I like to ask where someone grew up. Okay. So that gives you an idea of them. Kelly, for a time I was the only female with a group of males. I don't get why they enjoyed it. Poking the button. That's it's like that button that says do not push and somebody just has to push it, you know? Deneen says, but not with my sister. So recently my mom told them and they made sure to text my son and tell him that they were supportive and that whatever makes him happy. But they didn't message or call me. Oh, okay. That seems self absorbed to me. And I don't understand how you wouldn't reach out to your sister to see how she's handling things. Yeah. Yeah. I would think and before they reached out to your son, I would think they would reach out to you. So that's a little different. I agree with you, Deneen. And I would and honestly, that wasn't something for your mother to share. Um, you know what I mean? Kelly says, "Yep, he was working with Apple and had to help with their computers." Okay, I get it. Um, I see, and that is very much a customer service oriented position. So I can see where empathy would be necessary for the job. Maybe he should go into engineering. But honestly, I don't think that it could be that he doesn't necessarily lack empathy. He just lacks life experience. Um, and I didn't have as much empathy and I'm assuming his age, Kelly. So I could be wrong about his age, but I'm just imagining my late teens, early 20s. I didn't have that much empathy. I was very self absorbed, and but I lacked life experience, you know. Amby says, me and my sister still live at home with my parents, four adults in one house. Ooh, that's got to be interesting. But you guys have been living together for years, so I don't know. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, Amby, there's something to be said for generational living in one house. Like, they had the farmhouses of old. I love this. The farmhouses of old, where you had like three generations, and then somebody passed away, and it would just continue, and the house would stay in the family forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I just love that. I love the thought of that. And then you would like get these add-ons to the house, so the house would grow a little bit as the family grew. Yeah. See, if yeah, I would love that. And actually, it's funny because my brother-in-law and my sister were talking about how they may end up because they're living with my mom right now. So they decided that because of the selling, it's a seller's market right now. So they sold their home in Orlando and moved up here in with my mom. And they're going to be paying her rent and stuff, of course, to help her with the mortgage. Not that she needs help, but it just helps her feel a little bit more secure knowing that she has that income to go towards the mortgage. But they are going to live with her for a couple of years and then decide if they're going to buy out that house or buy something else. And they've been thinking about getting like property and then just having all of us live on the same property. It's like I kind of love that idea. I would love for my whole family to just kind of everybody living on the same property, and we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from each other. My brother-in-law drives me crazy, but I love him to death. He's a great guy, awesome guy. He drives me a little nuts, but he's an awesome guy. And that may just be because it was only me and my sister growing up. So boys are very different from girls. Um, okay, Susan, that might have been a little bit too much information, so I'm not going to read that one out loud. But Amby said, "Oh wait," Barbara says, "I asked about their view on something. I think they could be passionate about." Oh, I like that. I like that. You would be surprised what you can learn. True, true. And you might be opening a can of worms there too. But yes, that's so true. Kelly said, I tried to get him to look at customers as if it was grandma needing help with their computer. Ah, yes. Okay. And that's a good point. But even sometimes people don't show empathy with their grandparents until they just know, It's hard. Yarn Geek says, I just want to be alone when they get angry. Suzanne, well, it's nice to see you. Goodbye. Hey, Hayden, how are you? So nice to see you. And I'm catching up, you guys. Vijay says, my family is from Cedar Rock, Franklin, North. What? What? Really? I don't even know where Cedar Rock is. I'm in Franklin, North Carolina. That's where I'm at. And I don't mind saying that. I have my P.O. box down below, so you can tell where I am. I'm not exactly where I am, but I'm in Franklin. I don't know where Cedar Rock is. I have to look that up. Uh, I've only been here a couple of years, and I work from home, so it's not. I haven't gotten to know the area that well. Hayden, no, not for this one. I won't have other people popping in on the live. That happens in the afternoon with yarn hookers. We have a few people on there, but no, I'm not going to have other people coming in. It's usually just me in the mornings. Maybe one day I'll do that, but right now it's just me in the mornings. Effie says, "Bye, Suzanne. Be safe." Hey, Wanda, so lovely to see you. Another North Carolinian. Lori says, running into the Dollar Tree, bringing you along. Woohoo! I love shopping at the Dollar Tree, Lori. That's one of my favorite. Ooh, I gotta do that. Maybe I'll do that today while we're waiting for my daughter to get her hair cut. Oh, it popped up again. Sorry. My girls came out to me when they were in high school, which, by the way, love that they did that. That shows so much trust in you. So much trust in you. Lori says, Ginger, idea for next year: design a granny square each month inspired by that month's sign. Ooh, that is a great idea. Love that. Finally, the rain stopped for Alice. Yay! Ginger says, I love that idea, Lori. I want to do that. Kelly says, no, he definitely lacks sympathy. He has no empathy for anyone. Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. I don't know how to work with that. That might actually be something that needs medication. Um, yeah, it might actually need psychotropic I don't know though. I'm not a doctor, so I have no clue. Amy says, my answer to that last question you asked would either be, are you spiritual or religious in any way? And what is your favorite color? So that's Amy's questions to get to know people. Oh, this one's a good one. Jamie says that her question would be, what smell brings you joy? It tells you a lot. For me, it's cucumber melon, by the way. I love that smell. And it's very much a 90s scent, but I love that smell. I don't like vanilla. I don't like vanilla scented things. It's crazy. I like vanilla flavored, and but like vanilla scented candles, I cannot stand them. And it's one of those scents that hits my nose the wrong way. Vijay says, Kelly, he probably thought he would only have to work with the computers and not the people, and that's so he needs to. And yeah, if that's it, he needs to go into like some sort of engineering field, like or IT or something like that. That's what I would imagine. Uh, Ambi says, my granny, great grandma house has been in our family since 1951. See, I love that. I love that. I feel like our houses are almost disposable these days, and I wish that more people kept homes generationally. I need to hurry up and get to the bottom of this. I'm sorry, because I do need to get going soon. My son asked my mom to share. Oh, he did ask her to share. Okay, so at least there's that. All right. Because he just wanted to be out there, wanted it to be out there. My mom sees them more in person than I do. She kept it to herself for 2 years. She's 81 years old and awesome. Okay, so she was asked. Okay, good. I thought she just spread it. And I'm like, it's not hers to say. But if he asked her to, that's completely different, Deneen. Absolutely. Carol says, I have 7 people in my house, my husband and I, my 20-year-old son, his wife, my 2 grandkids, and my 24-year-old son. Oh my gosh, it's a house just full of like noise, right? But good noise. Maybe sometimes bad noise, but good noise. Deneen says, when I told her they didn't reach out to me, my mom said, she said, is the one that said they are too self-absorbed. Love my mom. So she knew, and she felt like they, and okay, your mom sounds awesome, by the way, Deneen. And Lisa says, sorry, stepped away to make a quick smoothie. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Lisa. Did you make me one? Kelly says for Jay, you were probably correct. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken the job since he doesn't really care for people. Sounds a little bit like my husband. I just went to Dollar Tree Thursday. Love me some Dollar Tree. Carol Clark says, I really love. Oh, thanks, Carol. I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of friends. Oh, I love that. That's what I want for this live. That is my goal for this live on Saturday mornings. Is that I feel like I want it to be a community. And if you guys are all sitting there crocheting or not crocheting, it doesn't matter to me. I want it to be like everybody sitting around a circle and chatting. You know what I'm saying? But we can all like hear each other. So, if you have this big gigantic circle, you don't necessarily always hear each other. But and then you get in these own little separate pockets of conversation. I feel like this is more almost more inclusive, right? Um yeah. Kelly says, Carol, that is a full house. He's actually doing better now that he got his dream job making his own medication. He makes edibles for the well, there you go. For the weed shops. And honestly, maybe that medication might work well for him. And Amby says, Ginger, you seem like the kind of mom that would be a good one to have if you need to come out. That, yes, very understanding. Well, and her background, her educational background helps too there too, I think. Carol says, my favorite smell is my husband's just, oh, I love that. That's so sweet. I am so not that romantic. um, yeah, exactly. So Lori says lack of empathy could be a sign of some level of autism or Asperger's. Very, very true. Very, very true. Just not understanding the human scope of emotion. And in the 70s, her son added onto it. Oh, that's neat. Talking about her granny's house. Her son added onto it. He also bought the house next door and the one up the street. So since the 70s, those two houses have been in the family. That is awesome. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Jay says stress relief came for eucalyptus from Bath and Body Works. Oh, I love that. And Bath and Body Works is the one that got me into cucumber melon. Maribel says, love my Dollar Tree. Can never leave there without spending $20 or more. I've been okay sometimes. It all depends on if they have yarn. If they have yarn, I'm done. Kelly says, I do consider you all friends and you help me not be so lonely. Oh, Kelly, heart, love, love, love that. Hey, Life in Stitches. So nice to see you guys here. Ooh, you know what I haven't done yet? I need to do that before I run the giveaway. So I haven't brought up Nightbot to make sure it's registering everything. All right, so those of you guys that are still in the chat and you want to make sure that you're part of the giveaway, make sure you put a little something in the chat. I'm sorry, that took a minute, but put something in the chat so that you guys are considered. But anyway, I'm still reading some of the comments, so I am not gonna do it just yet. I'm not leaving quite on the spot at where am I at? Here I am. Okay. Maribel says, hi, Stephanie. So Life in Stitches is Stephanie. Got that. Kelly says, Lori, or the sign of a serial killer. LOL. Well, Kelly, actually, not necessarily serial killer, but it could be somebody who might have some other issues going on. But yeah, my husband's a I hate people person too. And yep, he was on medication for when he first got started seeing a psychiatrist. The one diagnosed him as a sociopath, and then one diagnosed him as a psychopath. And neither one of them, I feel like, were correct. And then his final diagnosis ended up being bipolar 2 with schizoaffective disorder, and that's more accurate. He loves animals. He absolutely loves animals. So I feel like somebody who's like a psychopath would care less about animals. So, right? So that's my thought on that. Anyway, um, anyway, I think yay, Laura's still here. Okay, Stella, that's right. Uh, why must Dollar Tree put glitter on everything? Okay, I do agree with that. And it's not well done, right? So it's a little cheaply done, like with the glitter on everything. So then you end up with, and it's funny if you look in their baskets, you look at the bottom, it's full of glitter, full of glitter. I wish we could have a meetup and not, but not a typical one. Just one where we sit around talking and crocheting. Yes, yes, that would be my dream, Amby. I would love to have like this property where people could just come pull up their buses that they've turned into yarn rooms. Hugs to Kelly. Why? Yep. Amy says I saw that they were going to bring it back for a limited time at Bath and Body Works. That scent? Really? Just take all my money. Wait, I have no money for you to take. Effie, Kelly says, Effie, thank you. Hugs to you. And Amby says, Lori, because it's fun. Glitter's fun. Hi. Oh, Ellen put a little hearts in there. Says, I'm still here, Mayor Boo. Gotcha, Sharon. So nice to see you here. Thanks, Judy. I always appreciate the live. So I am going to go ahead and I know I'm not catching everything. Someone will make it happen. That's right, Alice, the mobile yarn room. All right. So let me go ahead and do the live. I mean, not the live, do the giveaway. Hang on just a minute because I do need to get going. I have lots to do. Where am I at? Where am I at? Here we go. Barbara, did you win before? Congratulations, Barbara. Yay. Just tell me what you want and where to send it to. You can email me and you sent me messages, so you know how to get in touch with me. But it's hooked to the left at I was going to say my work email, hooked to the left at gmail.com. So that's how you can get me that information. Just pick whichever one you want. Can't wait to see what you pick, and I will get that out to you. So, yay! It might just be for one thing, like just lotion or soap. I may not do the soap, but definitely lotion. I would do a lotion. I use it's like a cucumber melon or something like that Dove has. That's my body wash. Maybe a little bit too personal, but yes, Barbara, I thought so. I thought that you mentioned that your house has been in your family for several generations. I know my great grandma had it and then your dad got it from her, but it burned down around. Oh no! So it's been rebuilt since then. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, you guys, I got to get going because I got to get my girl's haircut. Her first day of school, she's going to be in the 11th grade. Their first day of school is Monday. So we need to go get her haircut. She's like down to here. She's going to get it cut probably about to here, maybe anyway, she does the same thing I do. She probably because I haven't taken her to get it cut and she wants it short. Hey, you know what? I blame I blame the pandemic. Anyway, I gotta get going, but I wanted to say big hugs to you too, Kelly. Big hugs to everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you tonight at Ginger's channel for the Yarn Hookers. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye bye. Mwah.